Okay, so we're here today at Grafton High School with Shannon Measner, a longtime social studies teacher here at the high school, and excited to celebrate her retirement and have some questions for her. And the first question being, how long have you been in our district and what has been your role?
I've been here since 1994, so officially that would be 31 years, but I had the opportunity to take a leave of absence when my youngest child was born, so I took a year leave with Logan, and then so it's been 30 years with the district. When I first started here in 1994, I was actually Mrs. Gilbertson. I got married 2 weeks into the school year. Why I planned a September wedding, I have no idea.
First year teaching and getting married.
And got married,
okay.
Yep. And so I started with Mrs. Measner, of course, but yeah, it was just kind of a weird transition kind of thing. So yeah, so 1994, my anniversary here, and my anniversary as being married to Scott Measner.
That's cool.
Right? And so I've been a social studies teacher for those 30 years. I started out when I'll never forget my first year as a teacher. It was when we had a year of American government, and I had 4 out of my 5 sections were all freshmen, and so I got to know the freshman class, which was really nice because the seniors and juniors, they were kind of on their way, and so starting out as a new teacher, get to know all the freshmen, and then I had U.S. history, and then the next years I was able to create some elective courses, American issues I created, contemporary world issues I took over, and then in 2003, with the retiring of Jack Schill, I took over AP Economics.
So you've been doing since 2003. You've had AP macro and micro?
Actually, let me check.
Nope,
sorry, I lied. 2005, 2006.
Okay.
Sorry.
So the Econ Wall of Fame comes in handy
years.
again.
Yes, exactly. Had to go and look at
it's almost
that.
20 years of AP Econ. Well, that's great. So over those 30 years, what is your favorite memory or maybe a story from your time in the district?
Well, I was racking my brain on that. Like a specific story, it's kind of tough. I mean, I have so many of just students, and one of my, the second year I was teaching AP Econ, micro can be really tough because it's a lot of numbers and it's really business and specific. And so I'm like, how can I make it a little bit better for the students? So I came up with, I got to create a business. And so my business, I like to bake. And so I make cookies. And so my Greebies are the name of the cookie. I didn't come up with that, but the students did. So the first time I went with that, the students really kind of gravitated toward that and kind of could relate to some things. Sure. And then at the end of the year, I brought a little visual aid. One of the students made me this cute little apron. I'll not forget. Lisa Kaminsky made me this lovely apron.
Okay.
And so I wear it every time I bring the cookies out.
So it's a good story to share with the current students.
Yes, exactly. So that's one of my favorite memories, and it just kind of resonates. And I've been making cookies for 20 years now.
Wow, that's awesome.
To use that as an illustration in class.
Good teaching point to help kids grasp the concept. That's great.
Exactly.
So what will you miss the most about working in our district in retirement?
Again, I mean, honestly, so I dug in. I have kept every single thank you note. I've got a bin at home, and over this weekend, it was kind of fun going through just, it's like, oh, and you remember the students. I mean, you do this for the students. I remember my mentor, Jack Schill, one of the things he said to me that really resonated was, you teach the students, not the content. We are content teachers, but you always have to have the students front and center. And so, and just receiving these is, and reading through these is, it's like that's one of the things I'll miss, not being able to get that type of confirmation. You don't get it every day, but at the end of the year, it's like, the thankfulness, associated with that. So that is definitely one of the things that it'll be hard to leave.
And I would think too with Econ too, you're probably helping students as they think of their future and in their own lives. And if you've been here 30 years, have you had students who've graduated whose kids have been?
Yes, that is, especially over the past. I mean, since 2021, it's hilarious. I'll toss out a name, Tom Bashonich.
Oh yeah, I know Tom and Caleb.
I got Caleb, and I remember I had Caleb last year as a freshman, and I just remember there were so many in that 5th hour global studies that I had last year. I'm like, oh, I had your parent. Oh, I had your parents. I'm like, it's a lot of last names. When they came in for back to school night, they were all smiling. Yep. And one of the things also, they're like, I really enjoyed your class. And that was one of the things also, that I'll miss is and hopefully it'll still continue, but I can't tell you all the times I've gone in the grocery store. And I live in West Bend, and so it was just 2 weeks ago I went out of Pick and Save, and there was a Girl Scout cookie stand, and the mom recognized me. Did you teach at Grafton High School? I'm like, yes. And so she said it, and I'm like, oh my goodness. And yeah,
That's
so
cool.
having a conversation, it is. It
Yeah.
is.
Well,
Very
that's
nice.
the nice thing about that
Yeah.
lifelong impact that you're having
Yep.
on people
Yeah.
and
Exactly.
the things that you don't see in other
Yep.
professions
It's-
that we get to do, and
Yep.
that you've had that opportunity
Yep,
with
yep.
kids and now as adults and then their own kids.
Yep,
That's really
exactly. And also,
cool.
I mean, one of my favorite things is like during Thanksgiving break and holiday breaks, when students who are freshmen in college kind of come back
Yeah.
and talk. It's like, oh, how's your freshman year going? And so they just like to describe that.
That's
and
cool.
Get caught up with that. So
Very
yeah,
cool.
That is very cool.
Well, talk to us about what are your plans in retirement?
Yeah, I don't have a ton
Okay.
of solid plans.
Okay.
My parents live in Florida, and so one of my key priorities is going down to visit them
Okay.
a lot more. So spending some time with them. And my oldest son might be moving to New York City, so maybe getting a trip out there. So yeah, some more travel and things of that sort. I'm going to need to keep occupied. I'll probably look for something, maybe some tutoring or things of that sort, potentially. Something kind of flexible where I can still do a little bit of traveling at the same time. But yeah, I'll keep busy. I'm pretty active with my church also, so I'll be active with that as well.
Well, great. Well, on behalf of our district, on all the students you've had over the years, and the kids, when I came in the other day, the students that were in here this year are so excited to have you. So you've just done a great job for our students and our community, and we want to thank you for that, and we wish you the best in retirement and look forward to having you come back and visit us
Absolutely.
as you're retired, and keep in touch with us, but congratulations.
Yep. I appreciate it. It's been an amazing, fast 30 years. Can't believe it's been 30 years. It doesn't feel like it's been 30 years.
Thank you.
Thank you.